cute. Oh.
So many noises.
We drinking wine.
It is so good. I'm already drunk.
No.
What?
You've had like 4 sips.
What, me? Who? Give me your glass.
No, it's not done yet.
I know,
Just welcome back to
Can I just say one thing?
podcast. I'm Jess.
And Demi.
We are currently multitasking with wine pouring. Yay, cheers.
Wine time. Cheers.
Not bad.
That was good.
Yeah.
I liked that one. Okay. First of all, so sorry. Let me get there first. What page are we starting on?
157.
Oh. Okay.
I'm really worried I'll never be able to find this wine again.
We're just going to Google it.
Well, the part of the problem is it was in that wine subscription my sisters got me for my birthday.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think it's like wines that are really known.
Well,
Yeah.
you know what?
It's like, I think it's actually from France or something like
It
that.
is. Yeah. We're going to find it.
I'm going to take
Get
a
that little
picture.
sucker.
Yeah, got it.
Cool.
Get it, got it done.
Oh, man.
Alrighty. So, what's going on? I feel like we should catch up for them, even though we've caught up for like 4 days.
Oh
3
my
days.
gosh, I know. Well, I had a sick day.
Mm-hmm.
I slept for 10 hours. It was amazing.
Oh, that's right, 10 hours.
Oh my God, it was amazing.
I know, that sounds really good.
It was.
I didn't go to the gym Monday and Tuesday, and that also was amazing. I just
bet.
slept in.
I have not gone for 4 weeks now.
Well, you also had an injury. Let's be clear on this.
Right. First, it started with my back injury, and then I didn't want to, and then I still didn't want to, and then I didn't want to even more.
Gotcha.
So that's where we are.
Sometimes that's fine.
But,
You do you, boo.
well, I should be going because we have a plan.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're going on vacay, y'all.
We're going. It's for Demi's future sister-in-law.
Sam.
Yep, we're going to San Diego.
San Diego.
It means a whale's vagina.
We go to there. And we're going to just celebrate the heck out of her, you know?
Yep. Demi's planned the whole shebang.
Right.
Yes. Right. Are you sure?
Who did? It was me. I did that.
Yeah. It'll be nice. It'll be nice. 1, to go and celebrate her, but 2, to go home.
And you're going to your home.
Yeah. So
It's going to feel so good. I checked the
I
weather.
don't know. Last time I went to San Diego, I felt weird.
What if we went to like a bar or something and it was like, it's our high school reunion? Like, what if you walked into your high school reunion?
Well, they didn't even do one at all.
See, mine did and didn't tell me. It was so fucking rude. Do you know how many people I unfollowed that night on Instagram? I was like, oh,
That's
really?
right. I
Really?
remember this.
You all are having fun without me? I think not.
Yeah.
Unfollow.
I am the party.
I am the fun. No, it looked like so much fun.
What fuckers?
They are fuckers.
I'm really disturbed by that.
I was embarrassed. Like, oh, good to know, good to know. All right, no one likes me.
So it makes
Got
me
it.
worried that maybe my
Now that I'm thinking about it.
But I do follow some people that I went to high school with. Are they my age? Yes, they're my age.
I unfollowed everyone in a fit of rage.
Reasonably. It's not.
Sorry, I interrupted you. You
No,
were saying.
no, not at all. So
You
I'm hoping
aren't
that
sure if they were your age.
I just don't know. I don't think it happened because I had people reach out being like, anybody know about a high school reunion? And everybody's like, nope, haven't heard anything. Maybe it's just us group of misfits.
Right.
Island of Misfit Toys.
Yes.
Like, not
Oh
invited.
my God, I love that movie.
Actually, I've never seen it.
Oh.
I use it from Perks of Being a Wallflower.
Oh.
Did you ever see that movie?
Long time ago.
long
time.
It's one of my favorites. It's probably like one of my top 10, I want to say.
Emma Watson, yes.
Emma Watson, yes.
Yeah. I told you.
Pip, pip, cheerio. Oh, it's so good. It's
Yes.
so good. I own it on digital and DVD.
You are wild.
It came digitally also with the DVD, and I downloaded it on my devices.
Obviously.
Of course. We are here to talk books.
Yeah, we are.
Specifically,
We are discussing the book.
3 Women by Lisa Taddeo.
Yeah. Oh,
I really hope I'm saying that right.
I know.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Hey, Lisa, if you hear
Hey,
this.
girl, hit us up.
Yeah,
Let us
please.
know how to say your last name.
Yes. Oh, my keys.
Oh.
Hi. Okay. So, sad things happen. It's just like depressing.
All of it.
Yeah.
It really,
I mean,
we're on a downhill slope.
And I think it only goes down from here.
It keeps going down.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So we're starting off on page 157 with Maggie. I'm going to take a gulp because we're talking about Maggie. And she was molested by her teacher. Let's just put it out there like we do every week.
I just got so many chills on my head. Did you see that? I couldn't even, like...
You look like you're possessed for a second.
Thanks.
Yaya, come save her. Don't let the demons possess.
Oh, man. Okay.
Oh my god, that was the biggest gulp. Okay.
Worth it, because you're going to need it.
So, right before this, let's kind of recap a little bit with Maggie.
You're right.
She started this affair with her...
She
not
didn't.
she. No. They started a kind of affair. He initiated.
He did.
But I'm saying she was texting him, calling him. They both were calling back and forth.
Yes.
And he asked her to come over to his house. She comes over. He goes down on her. He fingers her. She leaves. So they never.
They say they love each other too.
Right. And they have
a deeper relationship.
Yeah, a very complicated, wrong relationship.
Yes.
Anyway, so she, after she leaves, like, they keep texting. He's like writing her Twilight book, all these things.
They're like not doing it. They're hooking up in the classroom.
Exactly.
All over town.
So on his birthday, she wishes him a happy birthday and texts, and she's never supposed to initiate the text.
And asking if she should come in early.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And he calls her and says she found out, meaning his wife, it's over.
Yeah.
That's where we leave off. Now, after Aaron says it's over, I feel like Maggie just feels like her whole entire world's collapsed.
It's black and white now.
Yeah. She says Maggie's prison is the entire outside world. It just sounds so soul-crushing.
Literally, hashtag the writing is
the best.
Yes. It's
this
the writing.
Book is so good. Okay. After the call is over, she vomits.
Then
let's see. I'm like, well,
I know.
I literally wrote so many notes too.
Oh, please.
So basically, yeah, Aaron says his wife found out. So she starts. What am I seeing? So basically, after this happens, like, depression ensues. Panic attacks happen often. People are also worried about her. They can kind of tell that she's depressed. The only thing...
You know what's crazy? What? So on page 159 is when they see each other for the first time.
Yes, because weirdly enough, after he breaks it off, the close is school. Okay, hi, wine. There you at. The school is closed due to inclement weather. So just by divine. No, I don't believe in divine intervention. Just by like sheer luck.
I don't remember that part because I remember she told her mom, she was like, "I'm not going to school. I feel sick."
That one day, so the day afterwards.
The day after.
And then
that.
for the rest of the week, the school is closed.
Right.
Because of the weather. So yeah, so it's a week since they see each other.
Yes.
And
so she finally sees him, and he tells her basically everything that happened. What the W in the phone stood for, not Wilkins, which is Maggie's last name, but woman. He says he has to stay for the children, which, like, why would you even say that?
Also, like, if you really thought about your children, you wouldn't have had Maggie come over while the children were there.
You wouldn't have started an affair.
Right.
You wouldn't have started an affair if you're staying for the children
first,
now.
And then next, you wouldn't have done it because of this. And next, I'm like, truly, if you cared about the children,
no,
you were really doing it for yourself
as a shield for himself.
It is. I mean, it is a safety net for sure.
He's a weak person, so he knows that that's like a classic line. And then Maggie asks, "Does she hate you?" He says, "Sometimes I think she does." And then he turns cold and he says, "I'm not going to change my mind, Maggie."
Which is good, obviously, because they should not be...
No, it's great.
Yeah.
It's great.
But he just fucking used her. And is, like, fine with being done.
Truly, I think I wish so badly we could have his story. But he's a liar and says nothing like this ever happened, which we will get to later.
Right. Very soon.
But... I think that in this moment he's relieved. He's like,
Oh, yeah.
he's
I'm sure.
probably like, dang, didn't want that to end right now because I was having so much fun. Knew I couldn't go much longer, so
Like, I wanted to make it to her 18th birthday, but
best case scenario.
I know, truly. At least, like, it's a clean cut.
Right.
So, I mean, she's really depressed. They have an assignment to do, like,
Oh my
a senior
God.
year
She's
video.
in his class.
Exactly. She sees him daily. She has to do a video, and she's like, before it would have been, riddled with inside jokes, little things about us. Yeah, love yous.
Yeah, I know.
And now it's just a gloomy video.
Bummer.
And they had to do a group project, and one of the participants calls Maggie out saying that she doesn't participate, and she freaks the freak out on him.
Yeah.
And is, basically like...
Which literally I would too. Like, actually mind your own business.
One, mind your own business, and two, could you imagine being so... just feeling defeated? And it's like this man of power has taken away your youth and your childhood.
Yes.
Way too early.
Yes.
And it's going to affect you for the rest of your life, as we will find out. So it's just, fuck off, Aaron Nodell.
Truly. And then...
Murphy.
Yes. So, wait, what?
I have to tell you something important. He says it's about Murphy. Aaron tells her that Sean Crink saw Aaron leave TGI Fridays that night. Aaron doesn't know what he actually saw, but he saw something. Then Mr. Crink told Mr. Murphy, who already had suspicions because Maggie would sign out of newspaper and say she was going to art or the washroom, but really she was going to Aaron's classroom.
Right.
So basically, this guy Murphy is suspicious about them potentially having something going on. So Maggie leaves class to go to Aaron's room to, like, talk about it. And Murphy follows her and is like, basically, what's going on? And she's like, oh, good, I'm glad you're here.
Yeah,
totally
puts him on
saves
blast.
Aaron, too, which is like, oh, no. I mean, what are you going to do? She's in love with him,
Yeah.
So, hey, she says. Just then she hears someone behind her.
Wait, hold on.
Tell me.
Let's live here for a second. What?
And-
Can you imagine being 17? Just like
Okay.
be 17 really quick in your mind.
Okay.
Insecurities. Sideswipe bangs.
I did have sideswipe bangs.
Me too, obviously.
Of course. Okay.
Sparkly belt.
No, studded belt.
Oh,
Punk girl. Okay, anyway, go ahead.
hey. Confronting a teacher? No. It is so
I'd
out of
be
the
like,
question.
sir?
Maggie is a badass.
I know.
She is. She's so strong.
know.
She's a
I know.
strong person.
She is.
She needs to get out of that fucking town.
Get out.
I
Get
have
out,
to
get out,
confess
get out.
something, you guys. I finished the book. She has to get out of the goddamn town.
Get out of the town.
Anyway.
So, yeah, basically she just confronts him saying, like, oh, why do you think anything's going on? Just so you know, you're wrong. And he's like, okay.
Yep.
The teacher's like, whatever you say. So,
Right, and then they have to, like, walk back to class in silence, and it's awkward. And then,
So, she's, again, with the depression kind of stuff, and Aaron Nodell has, like, a teacher's basketball game against the students, right? And he's like, I don't think you should go. And she's like, no, I'm going to stay home. But all of her friends are saying, no, like, come around, So she goes to this basketball game. Nope, game. What are words?
I don't know.
I know. And she sees him living it up. And my problem is he just gets to live his fucking life.
Yeah. Oh, that's always my biggest problem with people that get away with shit.
Yeah.
Is that they just get to carry on.
Yeah. Fuck up somebody's life and move right along.
It makes me so upset.
Yep.
So she is like, what is that saying? Like a walking, not a corpse.
Oh, a zombie?
Zombie, yeah. And she's just like going through it and just like, shut up.
I can't even say my words.
I know. Everything sucks for her. So then it's her 18th birthday. Is right.
Birthday.
Yes. So
What
that
page are you on? Because I don't even know.
I'm
what
on
it is.
page 163 and I'm on the second to last paragraph. And after out, blah, blah, blah.
Oh, she finally tells her best friend Sammy, who had no idea what was going on. Before we arrive there, can we talk about the writer that came into Aaron Nodell's class? So if you remember in our last episode, we talked about his stupid, cheesy thing of reading Pablo Neruda's sonnet 17. and he would write it to her. Oh, it made me so mad. So he'd write it to her, and this writer comes in. Can't talk.
Sarah Kayacomsin. Who's Sarah Kayacomsin?
What's that from?
It's from The Office.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah. I literally was going to say American Pie because I know I've heard that.
Who's Sarah Kayacomsin? My favorite. That is like actually one. That's like top 5 for me, I think.
I love that.
Anyway.
So this writer comes into the class and reads this sonnet, and he mouths to her, "I'm so sorry. I didn't know that he was going to do this."
But what does that look like when you mouth?
I'm so sorry. I didn't know that he was going to do that. So part of the poem, though, the sonnet says, "I love you as certain dark things are to be loved in secret between the shadows and the soul." He fucking would write this to her.
I fucking hate that guy so much.
He would fucking write this to her.
Monster.
He knew. Okay,
All
anyway,
right.
sorry.
All
So yeah, so
right.
18th birthday, she tells her friend Sammy finally.
They're drunk in a hot tub, which literally sounds like the best thing of all time.
Of course, of course. And Sammy just says, "Holy shit, holy shit."
Yeah, because as an 18-year-old, what is your reaction to, "Hey, so I've been secretly hooking up with our teacher,
Right.
who is 30. 18, when you're 18 and you hear 30, you're like, that is ancient history. Where that's I'm ancient history.
I was also 19 and Charlotte was 31, so.
But the number.
It was huge.
It sounds ancient history.
I was like, this isn't going to last long. There's no way I can be with a 31-year-old. And we're 10
Here
years
we
later.
are. Here we are.
Hi. But no, truly, and everybody I would tell, I think I've told you this before, everybody I would tell when I was like, "Oh, how old's your boyfriend?" "Oh, he's 31. He's just 11 years older, though, and he's really 12. Because for 3 months, we're like 11 years. Yeah.
What's the difference?
Exactly. Because I was worried what people were going to think.
Fuck them.
Well, obviously.
We hate them.
Yeah. Bye. So, what happens after that? Oh, she says goodbye to him.
Ugh.
So, it's the last day of school.
I hate this so much.
Mm-hmm.
It's so dumb. It's exactly what I would do at 18 years old.
Exactly.
I did this.
Mm-hmm.
You keep going back to that same stupid ex-boyfriend, and you're just like, but maybe
it's supposed to work out.
Him,
And you think at 18-year-olds, everything's going to work out.
He said, yes, we're going to hang out. It's like, end it.
Mm-hmm.
Don't go be stronger than that. And
Yeah.
you're 18 and you can't.
No. No, because it's not, you're not thinking in that,
No.
what's the word I'm looking for?
Ew, and what an asshole. We should just get the goodbye over with, because
Oh,
dragging it out won't help anything.
Fuck off, Aaron.
Okay.
Mature. I was thinking of the word mature. There it was. You're not mature at 18 is my point.
No.
So she goes and hugs him goodbye. She's crying, like huge sobs. So when he says, "Let's just, get it over with," he's like, "You should go to the bathroom and clean up." And that's how their last day of school goes.
Don't ever tell me to clean up.
In the bath. Like, even
If
if
I have concealer on my lips.
We have to find that
I have
Demi
it.
found the best video.
It was on BuzzFeed.
It was on BuzzFeed.
Yeah.
Thank you, BuzzFeed, for
Thank
all the
you
work that you
so
do.
much. You guys, today I saw a video of a girl that was drunk at a club putting on
Right.
concealer as lip gloss, and I cried in my cubicle at work. I was actually shedding tears. It was the funniest thing I've ever seen, because it's going to be us.
My favorite part next week, my favorite part about the whole video is that it's the girl who did it posted it, being like, "This is the kind of shit I get into."
I'm so quirky.
No shame,
Look
concealer with lips.
Such shenanigans. High stakes, whatever. High jinx. High stakes. Which isn't Thunder Valley. Okay.
So at the graduation,
I hate him. Oh,
her sister doesn't know anything about what's happened, and she asks if she can take a picture of both of them together. And so they both smile, the camera flashes, and the picture is sorted. For years afterward, Maggie would look at it again and again.
Oh my God.
The last thing is that they end up reconnecting even after the graduation, and they talk on Facebook, and then they switch to MSN Messenger. Shout out to MSN Messenger. That's the only thing I've ever used.
Really?
Yeah. I think I might have
never
used...
even seen it.
I think I might have used AIM, but at the same time, my memory is MSN. So, because a lot of the middle schoolers would use MSN when I was in New Mexico. So they talk until 4 when she has to go to work. Even though it wasn't what she wanted to hear, she feels that things are different. There's that son again. Then he is open to her again, even in some small way. Then the next day, there is an MSN message. She found you in my contacts again. Your area code. We can never talk again.
And then we're on to Lina. I mean, I can't even keep talking about how devastated I am for Maggie.
Of course.
Like, first of all, have been there several times with just a breakup in general, and the fact that it's an adult man who you idolize and have on this pedestal, and
who has this power because he's an adult.
Exactly, has this literal power over you. I can't even.
Did we mention
fathom
that's her teacher?
Yeah.
I don't know if we talked about that.
Did we leave that part out?
Yeah.
I don't know. No, I'm so heartbroken for her.
Same.
Heartbreak in general is just devastating and like numbs you and changes you and makes you an actual different person.
Right.
And to have it happen to you because of an adult when you're a child is something I can't even comprehend.
Of course.
So.
Of course. Maggie, we'll get back to you soon. We have a couple more of you.
We have some ladies
section
to discuss.
So Lina. Before we get into Lina, obviously I feel bad for Maggie because it's with the teacher. There's molestation going on. But with Lina, I feel equally but different, if that makes sense. Like
really?
I feel I feel sad. I feel that she's so desperate, you know? I just feel like she isn't seen for the woman and potential that she is. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What do you think?
Okay, so my thing with Lina is, like, I want her to eventually have more in a man. But I think what she's doing with Aiden is so good.
No, I don't think it's bad that she's having an affair because, one, she's already told her husband that she wants to end it. And he doesn't want to be with her.
I don't think she's ready for a full-blown relationship yet.
Right.
I don't.
The point for me that I feel really bad about her is that it's the constant, I think because I've been there so I know what the desperation feels like. It's the, putting pictures out there for him to look at so that way, it's that whole where she's a woman in her 30s who has kids, and I just want her to be sexually gratified instead of having to seek it out of somebody who...
But she is.
But I mean, like, seek it out of somebody who wants her sometimes. You know what I mean? I hope that she finds somebody in the future...
But she decided to be with someone who is married.
Oh, totally.
He's trying to live both roles and both lives while having this affair.
Right.
And I think that he's doing the most that he can for her without completely ending his relationship.
Right.
And I just want to say I'm not putting a stamp of approval on affairs. I'm not. Right. I'm just speaking.
On hers I am.
Yeah, like she's separated. Like she's not getting back with Ed. Like Ed's dead.
Yeah. Literally says that in the book too.
Does it really?
Ed is dead. It says that. Yeah.
Oh my God, yay.
Mm-hmm. Not dead,
no.
but like dead to her.
No. I'm really happy for her. I think she's a little bit desperate at times. And I think she's kind of juvenile because she didn't get to be juvenile and playful and sexually adventurous when she was a child. And she was also
raped, so it was stunted.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. So I think what Aiden is providing for her is actually best case scenario because there is this clear boundary that she can see that she doesn't like. It's her his wife and his other life that he has, but she identifies it. So she knows like, well, I want more, I can't have it, and she can still get what she needs from him.
But she expresses that to him though. She does want more. She wants him to leave, his wife. So one of the little notes that I made is like she can't depend on Aiden to come when she texts.
Right.
There's no you can't schedule things ahead of time with him.
It's very fleeting.
That's what I feel sad about. And obviously, like, again, like, good for her, getting it in, you know? But, it's just having to depend on someone in that way, whether
Right.
it's sexually, emotionally, that isn't actually able to give it to you, is where I
It's
feel
like
sad
a
about
false feeling, I guess. Like, it's not a true experience.
it. Right.
Because
It's
you're
very
very
through rose-colored glasses kind of thing.
totally, and you're like living in the moment. You don't get to like,
Which is fun.
sure,
totally fun.
that you don't get to plan for the future.
Right.
It's all motel rooms and back roads. It's not. It's not like, but maybe we can grab
It should be
dinner.
like a song, motel rooms and back roads.
I'm gonna go ahead and email Dierks Bentley or whoever is a country singer. I don't know.
Taylor Swift used to be.
Cody-
Maybe you should do it. Could you imagine?
Oh my god, I literally almost said someone I went to high school with, just because it sounded like a country name.
Rascal Flatts.
Rascal Flatts. Yeah, Josh.
Is that country?
Groban? No.
No. No. It's like classical, isn't he? I don't know. He goes really high.
Raise me up so I can stand on mountains. Anyway.
Cool. My note also is like always at his beck and call, which he does reciprocate at some points, but for the majority of the time, it is.
I will say, I think when he's with her, he's 100% with her.
But not in the last chapter though, because a lot of the times, like when he's with her, he sometimes which is fine, having a hard time getting it up because she sees on his face that he feels guilty about it.
Yeah.
There is one specific time where he's 100% with her, but I think a lot of times
she gets him there.
But like, it seems so exhausting to have to be the one to get him there to be present with you.
Right.
You know
That's
what I mean?
true.
So it's like, if you're going to have an affair, fucking have the affair. You know, like you're meeting
then don't
her.
show up.
Exactly.
Don't commit. Don't show up. You're right.
You know, that's just my take on it. I sway both ways.
I think for me, when I read Lina's chapter, I'm so taking it like this is her moment with him, and I don't read in. I didn't read into her feelings,
right? Yeah.
About how literally her day revolves around maybe receiving a text message from him,
right?
Truly,
and how she has to post on Facebook because maybe he'll see it and also see people commenting on it and her responding to the people's comments.
She is
that
so
are guys.
stunted because that was me, probably.
Truly.
I mean, I don't remember so much.
I absolutely know that was me.
Really?
Abso-fucking-lutely, I know that was me.
I just needed validation from everybody, to be honest.
Well, I think it was usually from. It's definitely more so from the guys that I was interested in, you know, but
yeah.
But at the same time, yeah, I mean, who doesn't want fucking
validation?
Yeah.
But dang it.
She says, real quick, while you think of it, I roped him in, she says, like a cowgirl. I roped him in using Facebook.
Where are you?
I'm on page 171.
Yes.
But on clear days, she knows Aiden is not the greatest man in the world.
I know that she doesn't. Yeah, she knows that. And I know that she
really just wants to fuck him and kiss him all the time.
I know, but I don't think that she really would want to spend her life with him.
No. I think
she keeps saying that.
She does keep saying that. And I absolutely agree with you. I feel like if he were to actually leave his wife, would she be fine sexually for a while? Sure. Would she hate taking care of him eventually? Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I think the idea of Aiden, the high school history that they have, you know, I think that's all a beautiful thing.
And bottom line, I think the sex that he is giving her is so fucking good for her.
Absolutely.
Dude.
Of course. Yeah.
No, he's hot. He's good. He's good for her.
Beer belly and all. Nothing wrong with a beer belly, obviously.
No.
So she ends up, she's trying to make him a little jealous because he's not really responding to her. Mm-hmm. And so she contacts Kel Thomas, who...
Oh, that's right. Oh my God.
Is related to
Dude, she's all over it.
Yeah. She's like, I know what to do.
She's doing.
Yeah. Don't worry, I got this. She's not old. She's 32. So it's like, she's not much older than us, you know? Oh. We can still play those games if we wanted to.
Ew, no. Time.
I'm just saying if we wanted, but we are committed to our people. So the whole thing starts with Christmas is coming around. He wants to get all these presents for his daughters, but he doesn't obviously have the money to do it. So she sends pictures of all the toys that her kids no longer play with.
Right.
Slightly used, mostly loved.
Yeah.
And he writes back to her after he sees the picture, no, I'm okay. So she gets in contact with Kel Thomas and friends him on Facebook. And she says, well, you sure as heck must be related to Kel Thomas because you boys talk exactly the same. He texts back, changed my mind. Toys would be good for my girls. Where do you want to meet?
Men are so predictable. I'm sorry, but
literally the most predictable. Of course,
sorry.
you said that.
Sorry, Benny.
You know Benny
The
would...
one guy that listens. Y'all are predictable.
And Benny's be like, yeah, I do that too.
He's like, I know. Miss you, but also mad at you.
Why are we mad at him?
Because he didn't come on Sunday.
Oh, that's right.
Benny.
Ditching us.
Ditching per usual. What's new?
Okay, so.
Okay, what page are you on? Because I'm on page 177.
I'm on page 174, but I can get to 177.
You don't have anything else?
No, mainly it was just that she kind of confronts him saying, is this all about the sex? She asks, looking into his eyes. Aiden didn't say a word because it's not for me. I only just want to be with you. He nodded. So it's like they're,
okay,
dancing back and
perfect.
forth.
Perfect that you said that because now I want to contradict you.
On 170, this is a big moment. It's my sister's birthday.
April 13th.
Yep.
Okay.
Happy birthday, Jen.
Oh my God. I hate how this sentence starts. I'm not even going to read it. You can read it.
Which one?
On April 13th.
Some people's mothers died. Oh, what?
I know.
I mean, people die every day, though. Some people's children ran away from home. Some people moved to another continent to start a new life. For Lina.
April 13th marked the day when she felt loved.
Oh.
That's so special. So, how we were talking before.
Right.
About how it's very in, the ball is always in Lina's court, that she's reaching out to him all the time. So she says, in fact, there were multiple moments when he came to her. He wasn't on his phone. He wasn't drinking. He was attentive, talkative. Mm-hmm. She felt comfortable, pleasant, nice. Mm-hmm. She noted these emotions, wrote them down because she so rarely felt them. So yes, it's rare, but I really don't think for Aiden that it was just sex.
No,
for her.
Absolutely not.
For him with her.
I don't either. I think he had a hard time. Has a hard time? I don't know if they're still doing this.
Oh my God.
You never know. Ooh, scandal.
I love it.
But I do think, obviously, it was more for him. I think men, most of the time, I'm going to generalize because I think this is actually true, is that they have a better way of compartmentalizing their emotions.
Oh my God.
Whereas women, we've even talked about this in the text the other day that you sent about like how men kind of process emotions and how sometimes men think there's more to a relationship when it's really just a friend.
What did I say that about?
So you sent a text message saying women are able
that was
to.
Today.
No. It was like a few days ago. Maybe you sent it to somebody else as well. But basically, women are able to seek out multiple people to fulfill like an emotional need.
Oh yeah,
you know what I'm talking about?
That one. Okay.
Whereas men don't really get emotional gratification from other men. They end up getting it in women, and then they think women are actually into them when they're really just being a good friend.
Right.
So I feel like with this, Aiden like is latching on to her because he's feeling connected with her. But it's easy for when he's actually not there, seeing her face to face.
He can let a wall down a little bit
when he's around her,
because
and then
he doesn't have to be in dad/husband mode. He can be like
worker,
Aiden.
super hard, but doesn't make great money, and is struggling a little bit. He can be an attentive lovemaker.
Post that?
I thought it was good. I thought it was really
loved
good.
it.
I know my dad would hate it, but
really,
yeah, I don't think he would get it. Sorry, Dad. All right, so almost done with little Lina.
Little Lina.
You're not little. You're doing so good, girl. So they spend the night together. Mm-hmm. They have great sex. That's when she feels love, blah, 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 blah. So she leaves them the next morning at 4:15. And
sorry, really quick, like not just about sex, but just like things in general. This story is, okay, I'm going to say from 179 to 181. Mm-hmm. Wait. Yeah. 181. this is such
Foreplay?
detail.
Okay.
It's such, yes. It's such detail. I couldn't tell you any specific detail. Like, how did she get here? How did Lina get here with Lisa?
Like, feeling heard. You know what I mean? It's just
Really?
like, I think so. Not that I would want to do
But
that.
not, okay.
But it's not like a friend. Like, I wouldn't divulge this crazy. I might tell you some things, obviously. We've talked to each other. I know I could. But it's
I
like,
have to tell you something after this.
Oh,
I've
but
been
what if we forget?
I've been like, no,
What
I
if we
won't,
forget?
because I've been holding on to it, and I've been wanting to tell you.
Okay, we have to pause.
So,
Spent this night together. Wakes up 4:15.
where are you?
I said this the last time. I'm trying
That's
to.
why, I know. 4:15.
Editing. Cool. So she calls her friend and says, he said, I love you. I love you. Of course, he also said, I love your pussy. But he said it. He told me he loved me. Then she put the car in gear and drove all the way home, smiling too much. Her face hurt.
So much.
Lina was happy.
I know.
It's my little note. Okay, Maggie.
Maggie. Hold on, I gotta save it. Okay.
Maggie's 22 years old. It's been nearly 3 years since she graduated from high school.
This chapter bummed me out.
Oh, it's
I read it
devastating.
as fast as possible.
It's devastating.
I had to get out of there.
One, she's not over Aaron, obviously, because
He
fucked with her.
She can't.
Right. Goes to college. First semester, she's placed on probation. Second semester, academic suspension. She decides to move back to her area, her home, but she's living with friends. She's still serving. And then she quits that job, gets another job serving, ends up going back home with her parents, so moves out with her friends. And later on, she visits her sister in, like, Washington to kind of get away from it all. Basically, he completely, like I said earlier, stole her youth.
Yes.
And are you, like, she's truly, like, day by day, this is affecting her. And he is just there, you know? He's just around. Okay, sorry.
No,
I'm
keep
so
going.
fucking
I
pissed.
really like your summary.
Thank you.
It's
I
helping
took
me.
the notes. So at parties, Maggie drinks too much and she lies on unfamiliar bathroom floors and cries over him. That makes me so sad. I hate that so much. So she finds out. So after she decides to email him one day.
Yes.
Saying, it's the first email she sent in over a year after they broke up, saying, you know, I want my notes back. I want all the things I wrote you back, because she accidentally gave him back all of the notes when she gave him back his copy of New Moon. He had his own copy of New Moon Twilight.
Oh my god.
He doesn't reply right away. He ends up texting or saying he tried to call her and tells her the next morning that I'm so sorry, I actually got rid of them. So I keep wondering when the right time will be to say something. It's been almost 3 years and I still don't know when or if the time will come. Please put my mind at ease, Aaron. I'm ready to see you. If I'm ready to see you, would you feel the same? Doesn't ever respond. But I'm also glad he doesn't, because
I know, like, close it, but at the same time, like, her.
I know.
Her. She's a person.
She's in so much pain. Yep.
So, okay, good thing she has a therapist. Glad thing she has a therapist.
Mm-hmm.
So, they discuss, what else? Wait, what is this?
I don't remember her really talking too much about the therapist.
Well,
it does say, though, everybody knows Maggie's depressed, but nobody knows why.
Yes, exactly.
She doesn't feel like she can talk to anybody about it, even though her friend Sammy knows, because you can fuck it up once, twice you get branded, because she's had the relations in Hawaii with the
older guy.
That was in his 30s.
Like,
I know. So next that happens, she's visiting her sister. She sees pings happening on her Facebook. It is announced that Aaron Nodell is named North Dakota's Teacher of the Year. People are thumbs-upping him, smiley faces, everybody's congratulating him. Maggie runs outside because she can't breathe. She calls Sammy back in Fargo, who says she did see it but was hoping Maggie would not. The teacher that molested you, who would have gladly had sex with you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is teacher of the motherfucking year in North Dakota. His dumbass face.
Dude.
Everywhere on your feed.
Wow.
Whew. Anyway.
I just like, oh my God. Okay, I know that we're not there yet. I think, because we don't touch Maggie again after this chapter, right?
I thought we'd do one more time.
Do we go to trial? Oh, we
do.
We go to trial. Okay. Hurry. Okay. I just want to get there. There's really nothing else.
Should we just talk about that as we're talking about this, and then we can skip back to where we were?
Okay, because I'm trying to be. All I can think about while we're talking about Maggie is that when I read that chapter of when Aaron was on the stand and denying all these things, if I were a juror and I had not read this book and I don't know these things, how would I have voted?
You would have believed her.
I probably would have believed her.
You're in North Dakota. All these people know who he is.
Well, if I lived and was raised in North Dakota, I probably would not have believed her.
Oh, if you were raised there, yeah. If you if you lived there and were put on a jury, yeah, it's hard.
It is so insane because when you are on a jury, you have to be so subjective.
Absolutely.
You can't go in there and be like, it's a girl, so I believe her.
Of course.
Which is why I would never be on a jury because I will
not for rape. Not for rape.
Woman,
yeah,
never.
Absolutely.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
No, and you would have to disclose that. You'd be like, there's no way in fucking hell I'm going to not believe her.
Yeah.
You would have to say that, and then they wouldn't be on it.
Here's the thing, is that in order for me to claim that I am a feminist, I have to say that I listen to both parties. Just because I'm a feminist doesn't believe I only believe women.
Right,
it means
of
I
course.
Consider everybody equal.
But also,
so
if he was the one saying that he was molested when he was a teenager, you would believe him.
I'm going to believe him.
It's the whole. I truly, obviously, there is that small percentage of people who claim rape and molestation
and
when it hasn't happened.
Please burn in hell.
Yeah,
please burn.
If you claim
in front of my house.
Yeah.
If you claim that and that did not happen to you, I wish death on you.
Yeah, you're not
I wish
a good
the
person.
most painful death.
Exactly.
I can't even. I'm so angry.
Yeah. Because you should never claim that.
No.
You should never claim that.
No.
So the fact that people are claiming this, my inclination, no matter who it is, what gender they identify as, sexuality, it doesn't matter. If you're claiming this.
When you put it that way, I feel better about how I feel because I was like a little nervous of how I was going to present that. But you're right. Like, it doesn't matter who, if it's a man or a woman.
And I've had guy friends that have been raped.
Totally.
Mm-hmm.
So
like,
I'm going to believe them at their word because that's such an insane thing to happen to a person. Yeah. And to claim it would be such an insane thing to do.
Right.
So,
exactly.
Yeah.
So, before we dive deeper into that abyss, because we're going to get real heavy into that, we have to let you know that Maggie talks about it. I'm on page 187-ish. Okay. I'm kind of like all over a little bit. Okay. So Maggie's talking with her friend Sammy because she sees this all happen. Right. Sammy's with some friends and is like, hey, can you tell my friends about what happened? And they all listen to her. Maggie's like, no, you tell them. So they all listen to the story and like, oh my God, what a douchebag. That guy's horrible.
Sounds
scumbag.
Like a Lifetime movie.
And like, she understands that Maggie's ghost story is not important to them. Her story is important to only two people, Aaron and herself. Mm-hmm. And then she decides to finally tell her parents.
What a bold move.
Right. Because she's having a really hard time with him being this, like, perfect teacher.
Yes.
And so she finally tells her mom, I need you to bring dad in here. We need to talk about this. She tells them. Her mom breaks down crying immediately. Her dad's a little bit more composed, although has tears in his eyes.
Yep.
But later she finds him in his garage completely broken down crying.
Yes.
The saddest part about this fucking story.
Oh, God.
And I knew it was happening. The way that Lisa Taddeo, like, sets it up, beautiful writing, of course, but the most tragic writing because she talks
it's so
about...
raw and very authentic and real.
So 6 months after Maggie went to the police, so Maggie goes to the police, obviously, because they're going to the court to file the claim. And I just read something that I'm mad about. Okay, anyway. Okay.
Do you want to read it?
So Maggie goes to the police station. She is suddenly conscious of everything on her body, the swing of her rear and black leggings, her bare paw boots, her long fake nails. In a few weeks, the investigator assigned to her case will give her shit about it because her nails are done all the time like some big-haired broads. At the first time she'll laugh, and then she'll tell him the truth, which is that she wears fake nails, so it's harder for her to pull out her own eyelashes. Fuck you, investigator. That is small town thinking right there in North Dakota.
No, it's not just North Dakota.
I know. I'm saying just for the specific. I'm so mad.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, so 6 months later, after she went to the police, 5 years after the relationship between her and Aaron, Mark Wilkins, which is her dad, commits suicide.
Yep.
We won't get into the whole details of that. You have to read the book, and hopefully you are. Hopefully.
Yeah. Can you open that? Sorry.
How dare you?
I know, I'm so sorry.
Look, I'm going to actually stand up this time.
Instead of pulling a muscle. Thank you. Wow, it's so bright outside still. Anyway, yes, he
doesn't want to go into work right away, asks his wife to ditch, to go have breakfast, asks his wife to come lay in bed with him and cuddle. And then he goes to work later that night, but he never comes back. And his wife Arlene calls and is trying to find out where he is, and she finds out, and Maggie comes home and knows. She knows, like, right off the bat. Maggie's first thing she says is, he killed himself, didn't he? And I was like, oh my God. Ooh. Like, could you imagine, because you didn't know that happened to your daughter, and then you find out. I just can't, because there's nothing you could have done about it.
No.
Because there was a predator who came after your daughter.
Mm-hmm. I think you just feel so helpless and so, like, bound. Like, you know that there was nothing that you can do against a predator.
Right.
You're just, you feel weak.
Subjected to it.
You're not weak, but you feel it. Mm-hmm. Oof.
Not 17.
Damn.
So after he dies,
we got this intense.
I know. It's so sad. So they're at his funeral. Maggie walked to the coffin, leaned down, and convulsed against her father's cool corpse. When she regained her composure and accepted that this was the second part of her life, that all things ended, that there was more alone today than she had ever been, she sang a few lines of Blackbird into his ear. It was a song he loved and taught her. How sad is that?
I love that song.
I know.
I think I cry so much on this podcast.
Every time you start tearing up, you do this.
It's like my stance.
It's your stance to get yourself to stop, I think.
I know, yeah.
Because you're like, I'm a powerful woman. I'm standing like a superhero. And if I stand like a superhero, I won't cry.
I know. Okay. 1 minute, we're talking about Lina getting licked, and here we are.
Talking about suicide.
Comedic relief.
Yeah.
I'm going to drink your wine if you don't drink it.
I'm like, ma'am.
I know.
I feel sad that I don't have another bottle
so
of
good.
wine. I know. You want some of this one?
I will actually throw it in your face if you ever offer me your wine again.
I'm just showing you love.
I know.
Love. So even in this section, we get into
oh my God,
what's happening in the
trial.
courthouse. Yeah. So she's up, and my note here is like, so Hoy is Aaron's lawyer.
Yeah.
I work with lawyers, and I didn't even know the word lawyer. Let's just start where we are. Okay, so Hoy is his lawyer, and I know he's trying to do his job, but I'm just like so sad about the attacking nature. And I know you have to like break it down. I get it. It's just, I'm so frustrated on her behalf.
Hard. Yeah.
So during the defense opening statement, the defense lawyer Hoy stands before the jury and tells them that it's highly, highly, highly unlikely for a man as decorated and loved and respected as Aaron Odell to do the things the victim claims he has done. Decorated men do not perform oral sex on young women to whom they are attracted. Decorated men do not tell women that they love their small hands. That's not obviously.
But they
quoted.
do. The thing is that they do, and we know this. Mm-hmm. This happens all the time. Yes, they do.
Yep.
Can we stop pretending? Like
that, like
truly,
some men, so what if men are renowned in their field or whatever, they still can be trash people. Just like women can also be trash people.
And I know that that's his job, and I get that. to sway an audience. But seriously, even after reading her testimony, if this is verbatim, if this is literally what was said in the courtroom, I would absolutely believe her.
Yeah, of
and
course.
Nobody on the jury. So I'm confused about juries. Like, do juries, after they go and they have to deliberate, do they all sit there and they all have to be on the same page, right?
Convict.
To convict.
I believe so. I think that's what's happening.
In this situation, no, there is not a single thing that a person, if what is written here was what actually happened in the court.
I actually think it is, because in her preface she was saying that everything was
recorded.
Yes.
So if that's the case, and if I was on the jury and I heard these words, you could not convince me that nothing sexual or predatory happened. You couldn't.
Well, in a second we're going to get into the thousands of minutes they talked on the phone.
That's what I'm saying. Even that alone.
Twilight notes written in there.
Let's do that. Because we've got a lot to cover.
Before that happens, Maggie walks by staring at Marie the whole time. Maggie knows it's wrong, but she's angry at the woman for standing by her man. I would be angry too.
I would be livid.
And I know it's like this survival mode, I think, like preservation. You want to protect your cubs, and you have this marriage that didn't seem so horrible, but now you've...
Yeah. It's so
It just wouldn't be me.
Deep. It is so much deeper. Like, once you actually start getting that conversation going, it is so much deeper.
Right. Yep. So Maggie's under cross-examination. He looked out for the kids he thought had problems. She says, I remember Aaron said that he liked my hands because they were small, petite, and young.
Sick. Okay.
Okay. So let's keep going.
So then they're questioning Maggie, and Maggie describes I'm on page 203, by the way.
Okay.
Maggie describes the night at his house, the best night of her life. I tried to unbutton his pants, and he said no. She cries as she recounts this, not because it was rape, but because of the rejection, because it made her feel like a bad girl. And I asked why, and he said he wanted to wait until I was 18, so then after we just stopped. I felt hurt. I felt like I had done something wrong, so I remember we just lay there. The main problem for Maggie, which several bystanders observe, is that she's too aggressive. Victims aren't supposed to be snarky. She is crying, but not torrentially, not as if her vagina were brutalized. She is not crying appropriately.
That's just basically saying, like, women that are go-getters are bitches. Like, you
so
know, like...
what that is, though, is that you're denying... it's almost like you're denying Stockholm Syndrome.
Yeah, totally.
I mean...
And that's a lot of what it is for her.
And honestly, it's so fucking stupid for a person to think that a situation like this would be black and white. She's never denying the fact that she loves him.
Right.
No. Right here, it says the best night of her life. She loves him, but she still knows that it's wrong, which is why she's there in the first place. It's not up for debate if it is wrong.
Right.
She knows that it's wrong.
Right.
She's saying that she shouldn't be a fucking teacher of a year, especially not the coach of a women's girls golf team. High school girls golf team. That's what she's attesting to.
Right.
Okay.
Yep. Oh.
Whoa, I'm so sorry.
Are you sorry? Very aggressive. No, it's very true. Everything you said was very true.
Yeah. So then they have like Crank, the teacher that accused them before. They come up, and all these people that seemed to be questioning them at the time are all defending him now.
Of course.
Because it's like they're defending their own title as a teacher.
Yeah, and
that's
it's also
what it seems like.
I'm sure on some level it might be defense too. Like, I did see this happen. I don't want to admit I saw it happen because I did let it go. You know what I mean? Like, it's self-preservation. Like, they have jobs to hold on to.
Right. Oh, self-preservation. I love it. Well, I don't, but I love that you said that because that's what it is.
Yeah, exactly. So they recount the Incoming calls from Aaron to Maggie, 46 calls at 752 minutes. Outgoing calls from Maggie to Aaron, 47 at 1,405 minutes, totaling 93 calls at 2,157 minutes from January through March. 13 character witnesses came out for Aaron Nodell, 11 of whom are women.
Oh, man. How do you live with yourself as him? Like,
I don't know.
Yeah. Okay. So, oh, and then I love that they brought this up too about the Miss North Dakota.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Like how he had
would have
people in
gone
his
for
class.
her.
Yeah, he had other people in his class who were way more
Look at
beautiful
Maggie.
than her.
Do
Yeah.
you think he would have gone for Maggie if he had Miss North Dakota
In his classroom.
Oh my god.
No, I think the reason, one of the
rude.
biggest reasons why he picked Maggie, besides, like, looks don't really come into play. It's the fact that she was damaged.
Yeah.
She had alcoholic parents.
Yes.
She had a broken home.
She was weaker.
Exactly.
She was easy to pick off from it's literally nature. That is what happens in fucking nature, man.
Yeah. He was a fucking lion sanctioning off a gazelle.
Yes. That's it.
Why did I said believe victims. Oh, today Mrs. Kazakowski is testifying not for Maggie, but for Aaron.
Yep.
Mrs. Pagakowski taught in a classroom across from the hall from Aaron and says every day at noon she would pop her head in to check on him to say hello, and never once did she see Maggie in there. I doubt it was every day.
That's exactly what I was just about to say. So you are saying under oath that every single day you did that. You did that, and you know that for a fact. There is zero doubts in your mind that you missed a single day in
his classroom. His classroom is probably locked some of the time. Obviously, the one time that somebody tried to jiggle the handle and it was locked, and that's when he was fingering her in the classroom. So like. Obviously, the classroom is locked, so people didn't even think that you were actually in there. You lock it because you're not going to be there because you don't want things to get stolen out of it. Yep. So there's no fucking... Even if
she's a liar.
Even if you went there every single day, if you felt the door was locked...
What are you going to do? Pound on the door, unlock it yourself?
Be like, are you in there? No. Come on. Get out of here.
So that's Maggie.
Oh, Maggie believes now that either Aaron wanted her to be jealous or he wanted her to push her friends away so she'd have no one to tell her secrets to. He succeeded in both. But should we just continue on with Maggie and then go back to Sloan and Lina? Because we have one more Maggie thing.
I don't.
233. I said Aaron's on the stand. His allegations happened to him on... February 14th, 2014. Marie is also on the stand and says that she gave Aaron permission to give Maggie her phone number because if the phone died, then Aaron could call Maggie on the phone number and know who it was. She's lying.
Let me just say something really quick. Even though I was only a teacher, I was a substitute teacher. I'm not even claiming to be a teacher. I was a substitute teacher. For a couple years, I promise you, there would never be an instance where I would be on the phone with a student until 3 a.m.
4 a.m.
4 in the morning. I promise you.
It wouldn't even be
And I would never give them Brett's phone number.
Of course not. It also wouldn't even be till 5 o'clock at night.
Nope.
You know what I mean? Nope. It would not be at any hour of the day.
And I wouldn't give the student my phone number. I would give a parent my phone number.
And also... if that student was trying to come and reach out to you, guess what you would do? You would alert CPS. You would alert a therapist. You would alert the school.
If there was danger happening in their lives, that's what you would do.
You would not be the go-to person. You could be the go-to person, honestly, in the classroom. Yeah. I could see, like, confidence. Sure. Be like, hey, these things are going on.
I would even say Maggie's sex letter. I would read it. I would talk to the student about it, and then I would say, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to pass you off until the school counselor.
Yes, you would take
there would be you have to.
It can't be in your hands.
If this person is teacher of the year, then you go above and beyond, meaning you involve other people who know more than you.
Exactly. So in this chapter at 233, again, we're going to go back and talk about the others. It says, gripping a rosary... Aaron Nodell takes the stand.
I barfed everywhere.
Fuck off, dude. He says, I'm under oath, so I got to make sure I get this right.
Oh, God. Please
July
don't
26th. And laughter ensues. I'm sorry. That's how you know he's a sociopath. Literally put that because he's trying to make people laugh while he's on the stand. So he's talking up there, giving his account. Oh, she was a troubled youth. You usually have people in your class that are troubled. You try to take note of them so that way you can help them in the future.
Stupid.
Great. But at the same time, again, like Demi just said, you go above and beyond and you seek other help. His wife takes the stand, like we were just saying, letting her husband give his number out. There's no way.
No. No, there's not.
You're going through a hard time. Your phone's about to die. Here's my wife's number so I can call you back.
No. And for his wife to say, like, oh, well, he worked lots of crazy hours. He was up all the time. He would have to go do this. He would have to go do that. No.
This is how you know he's a sociopath.
No.
He's worked his wife. And I know part of it is her.
You're right.
I know that part of it has to be, like, I'm sure,
she's a
insecurity.
probation officer.
Oh my God. I forgot about that.
She is a probation.
I don't want to talk to you, Siri. Jesus.
Oh.
What other little notes? Let's see. Even though ones who believe he's innocent may have such low thoughts, the people who believe Maggie Wilkin is doing it for money are often the same people who believe women who don't keep themselves pretty will be responsible for losing their men.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Sorry, but, like, what money do people think that Maggie would get?
I definitely, like, even if she was filing for money, that's not the fucking point.
No.
Just like how Taylor Swift sued somebody for groping her ass for $1. You know? Like, somebody groped Taylor Swift. She took him to court and was suing him for $1 just to get him convicted for doing it.
Oh, that's nice.
Exactly, because it wasn't about the money. It's literally about convicting somebody who sexually assaulted her.
Sure. Love that.
Marie remembers a time when Aaron was talking to Maggie on the phone. This is the part that she gives him. So the phone number, the girl was being dramatic and Aaron's phone was dying. So he had to take his wife's number and call it if we get cut off. There's no way in an instance that would happen. No. Okay, cool.
No.
Great. What the fuck do you know about young women, Maggie thinks? You don't remember what we want to remember. We don't remember what we want to remember. We remember what we can't forget.
Yes. Oh, I loved that. I loved that so much.
So true. That's kind of all I had for Maggie.
Yeah. Let's go to Sloan.
Sloan.
Where is she?
Her story just interests me so much.
She's my least. Not that I don't like her. She's the least interested I'm in.
See, that's so... she's probably, like... As far as because she's not being taken advantage of... Like, I'm so interested in the story of her because, one, I don't understand it. And two, like, I've had these thoughts, too. I'm like, oh, what would it be like if, you know...
Sure.
You know what I mean? Like...
What page is it on? I can't find it.
209. In this section, we meet Wes, who works for the restaurant.
Yeah.
Wes seems like an endearing man, I know.
He seems like playful, fun, definitely shouldn't be married with kids.
He's not married, though.
He
just has kids.
You're right.
Yeah,
he shouldn't be with anybody.
Yeah. So... Jenny is his wife. Not his wife.
Well,
his
partner
with
baby
3
mama.
kids together. Yeah. And Sloan and Richard have had many affairs at this point. Mm-hmm. It turns Richard on to see her with other men.
Hear about her with other men.
See it, hear it, text about it, whatever. Sometimes they watch it together if he's not around, but he has to be involved in every single way.
And it honestly seems like she's just doing it for him. Like, I think
she says that she loves it.
Really?
She says it turns her on, and that they'll even watch the videos together, and she likes it.
Oh, okay.
It's a very mutual thing.
Okay.
Because
I wasn't saying, I didn't mean that it wasn't mutual, just that I felt like she was doing it more so for him, and she liked it.
I think she does like it.
Pursuing it for him.
Because most of the time, it is him, Richard, seeking out men for her.
Right.
So it's not like her really seeking out other people, except for she runs into a couple that she's run into in the past. They've never actually had a fling or anything, but they've always seemed kind of
given off the vibe.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So she ends up meeting up with them because Richard is very like, go ahead and do it.
Yeah.
But her phone dies, and the whole point is that like Richard has to be involved in every step of the way, texting, video, whatever it is.
Yeah.
And her phone dies, and Richard's pissed. He's like, I felt very out of the loop. She's like, I'm so sorry. I didn't want that to happen. And so she feels really kind of gross about it.
Yeah.
And so she kind of Richard sees that Sloan and Wes are starting to flirt at the restaurant. Mm-hmm. And Richard it says that he's jealous by it, but it both turns him on and Sloan on that he's jealous, which that's kind of an interesting dynamic.
Very.
And also during this time, the 50 Shades of Grey stuff came out, and Sloan feels very validated and seen.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that.
Exactly. So Sloan gets a new tattoo and is at the restaurant with Wes, and it's just her and Wes, and she's like, oh, you want to see it? And invites him over to the house, and Richard's not there. He's with the kids, and she's texting him the whole time, and he says, like, it's really hard to be around the kids when you have a boner. And I'm like, that's so gross. Ew. Ew. Don't say that. But so they end up having relations, Wes and Sloan, and later
Richard.
on, later on, Richard joins in, and they have this whirlwind for months.
Yep.
And Sloan's like, I've never had a better sex life.
And she was very on board, but she was I feel like in the back of her mind, she was always very skeptical of like, what's Jenny know?
Right. And
like,
because at one point, Sloan's like, why don't you have Jenny come over?
Why doesn't Jenny join?
Yeah. And Wes is like, huh? What?
Wes is like, oh, I'm putting my pants on really
loudly.
Go, I can't hear you over my pants put on.
Pants. My zipper's
so loud.
Oh, I'm so sorry. There's a car driving by now. I gotta go.
My ear's humming.
Yeah. There's water in it from the beach.
So she kind of gets it that, like, okay, Jenny doesn't know.
But she's not willing to acknowledge it for sure.
She's like, all right, moving on. Don't care.
So for several months, this is the most comfortable, blissful sex of Sloan's life. Richard's too, which is it seems a lot about them.
Yep.
And then what happens is Wes's partner, Jenny, sees texts and photos.
Sloan texts.
Oh, I thought she just
Wes
saw it.
Wait, right?
Right near the bend where she could see the ocean, her phone dinged. A message read, I have Wes's phone. I saw your text. I saw the photos.
Oh, the photos.
Yeah.
That's right.
So she was worried about being called a terrible person, and eventually she was. So basically it just ends abruptly. And the problem is that Sloan feels like she's the one being targeted. Like, you're the one that's the homewrecker. You're the one inciting all this stuff.
Yeah, she didn't know that it was like...
very mutual between all three parties.
Yes.
And she's really wanting Richard because her friend points it out.
Richard should have
said something. Richard should have been like, I know it seems weird. This is something I'm turned on by. But he never does. He never saves his wife from this.
I don't think that he thinks that, though.
But didn't she approach him about it, or was that later? I know she at some point...
Oh, you're right. Sloan wanted Richard to talk to Jenny. Richard said he would think about it. Then some time passed, and he said it was better to leave it alone to let the bones cool. Let's not get involved in another couple's affairs, he said. But Sloan said we already did.
That's exactly what I'm thinking. They already did.
Yeah.
If she didn't know, they've already messed with somebody else's life.
That shows that Richard's pretty weak. You're not going to own it. Like, if you're going to engage in something like this, own it.
Right, exactly.
Oh,
yeah, totally.
You're going to live it, then own it and be it.
Exactly.
And
but I think that's the thing, is that Sloan really has the reins in this relationship for the most part. Like, she gets to say what happens and who she wants to be with if Richard brings them to her. It's just, I can't even imagine. I mean, it seems so hard.
I know. Sure. And then Sloan sees Wes and his family on the ferry, and they look happy, and she doesn't know if either of them see her, and she's just like, I'm not even gonna
not gonna approach that. I'm not gonna touch that with a 10-foot pole,
baby.
That's it for that. And Lina one more time for this section.
Yeah.
My note is Lina's being used.
Yeah.
He texts her whenever his desire strikes, and there's no rescheduling is what it says.
Right. Oh, and then he texts her. She's like, oh shit, I have the kids. Let's meet right now. He wants to meet right now, and she finally finds a last minute sitter. And
has to go change out the cars, and he's like, where are you? She's like, I'm just right down the road, and she's like, way farther.
And he's like, no, let's never mind. We'll
not
rendezvous again.
Yeah. And she's like, no, stay there. I'm just right there. And he's like, okay, we'll go get a hotel room. So she tries to go get a hotel room. They won't take cash. She can't go. She's like, just please stay there. She's like pleading him, please stay there. I want to see you. And he's just not responding to her. And And so finally she goes to the rendezvous point and he is still there. But he's also not being like, okay, I'll wait here. He's just like kind of leaving her on hanging. She says, I know you saw my messages, you didn't reply. He says, I'm real busy, kid. She says, you can't reply a single word back. They sit in silence. Do you love your wife? He says, well, she's all right. Oh, so awkward. Okay.
So sad. They hook up.
I feel like a lot of the time she puts up with his shenanigans because she loves the sex that they have.
Totally.
And it sounds great.
Totally.
You know, like, good for them for getting it in, but, like, it just sounds like if it were a guy that wasn't able to get her off, she'd be like, okay,
anyway,
thank you, next.
Moving on.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, here's Ed's dead.
Yep.
Ed's dead. So they have a really...
But fuck Ed, because Ed is over. Ed is dead.
So then they, like, sit around after and talk.
And this is the thing, is that, like, this is where it seems sad to me, is that when she talks about this, when Lina talks about this to the author Lisa, she's saying that in this moment, in this meetup, even though he was kind of leading her on and is not really there, once they're finally together, they're fucking, they're doing their thing, and it feels really great, and it's like she lists the whole... Is this where she lists all the things, I can't remember, that she loves about when they meet up? But at the time, she'll text him later and say, thank you for the time. Thank you for taking the time for spending so much time with me today. If you ask her how long it was, she'll say, gee, I'd say it was almost 30 minutes.
I know. That part is really sad. She's putting a lot of weight on the relationship.
But you know what? 30 minutes compared to 12 years of no intimacy is a lot of time.
You're so right.
I know.
You're so smart.
Oh my gosh. No.
You're just like slaying this.
You can thank the rosé.
Oh my god, that
Thank
rosé was
you.
so good.
It's so good. It's called Domaine di Cala.
Fine.
So find it, drink it.
I will.
And that's basically it for our section. Next we read to the end.
Yeah,
so
we're just
reading...
finishing the book, unfortunately. I love this book so much.
So much.
I really, really, really love this book. Like, cannot wait.
It honestly has changed me.
I know.
Like, truly. I mean that sincerely. Even though...
I talk about it with Brett all the time.
You do?
Oh, yeah.
I like that.
I tell him how much I appreciate him.
Oh, that's really sweet.
Well, because, like, Lina's story especially really breaks my heart, and I know that she speaks for a lot of women.
Of course
and
she does.
I just told him, I was like, I just appreciate you for loving me openly and, like, completely and just being vocal and, like, the person that I need.
Well, like you said last time, too, you were saying that when you want to kiss Brett, you don't have to think about it.
Totally.
You know, it's not like, is he going to kiss me back?
Yeah.
Or am I going to make him feel uncomfortable?
Not worried.
Yeah, exactly. And whereas Lina especially...
That never was the case.
Kissing wasn't even on the...
No.
Available.
No. A look.
Not even in her direction.
No.
Just a general look.
No. It was like, look around.
Aura. Yeah.
Yeah. Dinner ready? Probably.
Yeah.
Like, that's what I'm imagining from stupid
Totally.
Ed.
Make my sandwich, you know, like kind of thing. Yeah. So I'm super excited to finish this book with y'all.
Yes.
I don't say y'all.
You just did.
I did.
You're
I
on
take
that
it back.
train.
Nope, I'm back. I got off that track.
You all, folks.
But it...
Howdy ho. I don't know. Anyway, guys, yeah, finish the book. Let us know your thoughts.
Yeah.
We'd love to hear them.
DM.
At
Can I just say one thing? That's Instagram.
Insta.
And then you can email us at canijustsayonething. The one is the...
#1.
@gmail.com.
Thanks.
We'll talk to you later.
Okay, bye.
Bye.